So we got like a lot going on in the AI world, and I want to give you guys an update. First, this is on Elon's companies. Musk announces XAI reorg, right? So we're shuffling people around following co-founder departures. So people are leaving. And then you got a SpaceX merger. So then you're combining companies. Like that's situation's crazy. And we'll go over more with that. You also have an OpenAI competitor to Elon Musk. They are, firing someone who goes against their plans to have the adult mode, right? We talked about this in the last video. So this is sort of what companies have to wrestle with is, okay, our mission is to make a bunch of money. Our mission is now driven by greed. Do you want to be part of this train or not? Greed at all costs, basically. Some people do, some people don't. Some people then are coming out and saying why they quit. This just came out today. This one's really eye-opening. OpenAI is making the mistakes Facebook made. Wow, I quit. So let me break down this, and then we'll talk about the Elon stuff because it's all related. So this is from Zoe Hitzig, and this is what she writes. This week, OpenAI started testing ads on ChatGPT, right? So I think ChatGPT referred to it as a code red. They're burning tons of cash. We need to make money. And there's been rumors out there they might run out of money by next year, basically. I resigned. It's coming from Zoe. I resigned from the company after spending 2 years as a researcher helping shape how AI models were built and priced and guiding early safety policies before standards were set in stone. And safety matters quite a lot. Now, to people at OpenAI, apparently maybe not so much anymore. They want to have that adult mode, the same way that Elon Musk basically wants to have the non-consensual undress mode, including kids. This is essentially where a lot of employees are wrangling, but there are more. This is from the employee at OpenAI that just quit. I once believed I could help the people building AI get ahead of the problems it would create. This week confirmed my slow realization that OpenAI seems to have stopped asking questions I joined to help answer. Okay. I don't believe ads are immoral or unethical. AI is expensive to run and ads can be a critical source of revenue, but I have deep reservations about OpenAI's strategy. So you gotta figure out how to pay for this stuff. And it takes a lot of energy every time you make some sort of image, ask some of the questions, like there's some sort of compute somewhere, right? And they're also building out tons of data centers. The key that really captured my attention here with this is that when she compares OpenAI or just the AI universe in general to social media, and long story short, they want you to be addicted the same way that you're addicted to social media. And it's not shocking, but it's just, this is the first that I've heard about this, and this is someone from the inside that's saying this. Again, and she quit. Listen to what she says. The erosion of OpenAI's own principles to maximize engagement may already be underway, right? This is all about keeping you using the AI, keeping you addicted to this thing, maximize engagement. It's against company principles to optimize user engagement solely to generate more advertising revenue, but it has been reported the company already optimizes for daily users, active users, anyway, likely by encouraging the model to be more flattering and sycophantics, right? So the AI is going to be nice to you. It's going to say nice things about you, make you feel good, try to be your, basically, in Elon Musk's point of view, your AI buddy, essentially, right? They want you to be addicted on their platform all the time, which I understand that, right? I get the concept of that, but it's turning into basically Facebook, social media kind of stuff. This optimization can make users feel more dependent on AI for support in their lives, right? You just need it for everything then. We've seen the consequences of dependence, including psychiatrists documenting an instance of chatbot psychosis and allegations that ChatGPT reinforced basically people hurt themselves, right? And that right there, though, was a big thing for me. I'm not shocked, but just when you really hear that, they change their policies or they can manipulate their algorithms to get you more addicted and spending more time with your AI buddy effectively. And then Elon Musk, all these people are leaving, and then he basically calls an emergency meeting today to convince people to stay. That's what it ends up being. And listen to what he says. So this is from Musk, and this is XAI, okay, different than OpenAI, but you have similar things going on where employees are leaving these types of companies. Because before, Anthropic also had a key safety person leave. So basically the safety people are like, I don't like the way these things are going. Elon then says at XAI was reorganized a few days ago to improve speed of execution. Okay. As a company grows, especially as quickly as XAI, because they're behind their competitors, are like in last place, so he's angry about that. The structure must evolve just like any living organism. This unfortunately required parting ways with some people. We wish them well in future endeavors. We are hiring aggressively, that's according to Elon. Join XAI if you have an idea of mass drivers on the moon appeals to you. So we're building moon bases and mass drivers now on the moon.
Welcome to the XAI All Hands. We've got a very exciting presentation for you. We're going to start off by recapping the incredible progress that the XAI team has made in just 2.5 years. It's really remarkable in pursuit of our goal of understanding the universe. So just going over our accomplishments since inception, it's important to bear in mind that XAI is only 2.5 years old, basically a toddler. And we've nonetheless achieved an incredible amount in a very short period of time. So our competitors are 5, 10, some cases 20 years old. They have much larger teams. They started off with far more resources, and yet nonetheless, we have achieved #1 in many arenas in just a few years. So we've achieved #1 in voice, in image and video generation. I think we now at this point are actually generating more images and video based on the last numbers I saw than all of our competitors combined.
And I wanted you to see that because he shows other things, but basically he's leading with, hey guys, we make a bunch of videos and images over here. Wow, fantastic. And it actually makes sense and tracks. If you look at Elon's social media, basically like, nonstop every day, every couple of minutes, he's tweeting out some new AI video, basically. And so people have been asking, is that the only thing this is going to be used for, to basically undress people with non-consensual or children? I mean, this is seriously, and they're also under investigation for this kind of stuff, right? So they want to be an image house is what it sounds like to me. On top of that, then you got their tech people to theoretically make this happen, and maybe they're going to do other things, which Elon also wants to go to the moon. But your tech people are leaving, right? Co-founders are leaving. Jimmy Ba is leaving. Yuhua Wu is leaving. These are co-founders. And I also want to show you who the names of some of these people are, right? So Yuhua Wu says, I resign from XAI today, okay? Then you got Simon Jai says, it has been a pleasure working with you and thank you for the opportunity. Shayan says, wish you the best, Tony. Thanks for leadership. Hexiang Hu says, really sad to see you leave, Tony. Jia Chun Lee says, all the best, Jimmy Ba. Team War Room. Will, best of luck to you, Tony. Sorry to hear this. And Yu Chun Jin, best wishes, Tony. And it should be obvious to anyone who's looking at this stuff, that's a lot of Asian names, right? Even Lina Hua says she's leaving. I officially wrapped up my time at XAI. And I can't even show you all of them because it's so many. But the vast majority that seem to be leaving at the moment seem to be on the tech side and seem to be Asian, just be frank, and either Asian or Asian American. It's hard to say. You have to go look through everyone's resumes, but it's just really, really obvious what's going on. And then you look at, okay, some people are saying, is it because you're getting rated in France over the images that you're producing? Who knows, right? Could be any number of reasons why these people are going. Some people are saying maybe they're cashing out. There's a merger time to cash out of whatever stock you have or, things. Or other people are saying maybe it's a security thing. Maybe when you work, now you're part of SpaceX, if you're working on, defense contract stuff, that you can't have any, H-1B visa holders there. Who knows? It could be any number of things. A lot of these people are probably under NDA, but you can see the names that are going. And what's interesting then is even the Tesla fanboys and fangirls are like putting up the same thing that Elon just put. And it's like, oh my God, guys, we're making tons of videos and photo edits. Oh my God, fantastic, right? And then I noticed that some of the people that were touting that they're still working or getting promoted at his company XAI are either like legal, like this person says, though I come from a legal background, or this other person, Nicole Blackwood, she's talking about late nights and stuff like that. But this person's also a video person, this Nicole Blackwood person, human data team lead on video and image domain. And it's interesting because the other persons that we talked about yesterday were same. It was like legal and image people or video people, however you want to call this stuff, video content people. And so you can kind of see the direction that the company's going. Yet Elon is still talking about moon stuff of all things.
Shooting AI satellites into deep space. It's going like shoom, shoom, just one after the other. I can't imagine anything more epic than a mass driver on the moon and a self-sustaining city on the moon, and then going beyond the moon to Mars, going throughout our solar system, and ultimately being out there among the stars and visiting all these star systems. Maybe we'll meet aliens. Maybe we'll see some civilizations that lasted for millions of years, and we'll find the remnants of ancient alien civilizations. But the only way we're going to do that is if we go out there and we explore. And this is the path to making it happen.
So Elon's pitch is, first is the things that we've accomplished, that we're just an awesome video generation company, as we're getting investigated, by multiple countries on that kind of stuff. Yes, we're losing all of our tech team, but guys, we're going to go to the moon and build mass drivers and such. Okay.
And that's the motivation behind the combination of SpaceX and xAI. Is to accelerate humanity's future in understanding the universe and extending the light of consciousness to the stars. So, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at how much energy Earth is actually using for civilization, we're only right now using, quote, roughly 1% of the potential energy of Earth. And if we wanted to use even a millionth of the sun's energy, that would be roughly 1 million times more energy than civilization currently uses. The only way to access that energy, the energy of the sun, is to extend beyond Earth. Earth is really a tiny, tiny dust mote in a vast darkness. The sun is 99.8% of all mass in the solar system. So you have to expand
to just the layman's terms, kind of what Elon's talking about. Guys, the sun's really big. There's a lot of power up there. We need all that power. Let's put a bunch of data centers and solar panels in space and a bunch of solar panels on the moon. Oh, it's so easy because, look at that big sun and look at all the energy. Let's just go do it, right? Seriously, that's what he's talking about. And I'm not against science, and I'm not against engineering. Sometimes the Elon fanboys and fangirls say, "Oh, Chris, you're so dumb. Elon Musk wants to build mass drivers, and we're going to explore the galaxy, and we're all going to be awesome. Why do you just hate this mass innovation?" It's like, I want you to be able to just, let's talk in reality. I'm not against this stuff, but I think we're a long ways away. And remember, Elon Musk is touting his accomplishments of guys, we make really cool videos. And then it turns out we need a lot of power to make cool videos. So I got this. The sun's really big. Let's do that.
And the tiny dust mote that is Earth to make any significant dent in using the sun's energy. Like I said, you'd have to expand roughly 1 million times just to get to 1 millionth of our sun's energy. And then going beyond that, exploring, extending to the galaxy, and maybe someday even to other galaxies. So the next step beyond Earth data centers is our Earth orbital data centers. And we'll be launching with SpaceX orbital data centers at the 100 to 200 gigawatt per year level. Not cumulative, I mean per year. And ultimately, we see a path to maybe launching as much as a terawatt per year of compute from Earth. But what if you want to go beyond a mere terawatt per year? In order to do that, you have to go to the moon. So by having factories on the moon, building AI satellites, and having a mass driver, which is the kind of thing you really only learn about or read about in science fiction, but we're going to make it real. We're actually going to have a mass driver on the moon.
Okay, so we're going to have lots of space orbital satellites, a mass driver on the moon, space cities, space factories, moon factories, whatever. Okay, let me just break it down in just some simple perspectives here. If you look at the power grid in USA, okay, the US power grid has a nameplate generating capacity of approximately 1.28 to 1.3 terawatts. And then what Elon was sort of talking about is hey guys, we're going to get to a terawatt a year, I think that's what he said, of power. So all the power in USA, we're going to every year, we're going to put a bunch of that type of solar power in space. So that, yes, it's ambitious, but you can also say it's crazy and impossible, whatever. But I just want to give you the scale of what we're talking about. I already know the fanboys and fangirls. Well, Chris, you're so dumb. He's going to double USA energy every year. Don't you know how awesome that's going to be? I mean, that's how they talk, but I'm just giving you guys an idea. At the moment, though, we haven't built any of this stuff on the moon, and it's theoretical. And obviously, way ways. Doesn't necessarily mean it's impossible, just way ways. And then when you look at, remember, all his tech people are leaving. No one wants to work for Elon. Then they're hiring all of these people, okay? This is their list at open roles at xAI. And you're just like, okay, so if we're going to do all this fabulous things, who are the people going to do it when you're losing employees? And these are like tons of open positions here. I'm just showing you guys. It's like a ton of open positions. So these are, you know, and I'm just scrolling through it. I just want you to see. These are all open positions. Supposedly they're hiring some remote, some on site, Palo Alto, I think one was Tennessee, San Francisco, etc. And I guess someone would say, well, Chris, you know, you're so dumb. They're just growing like nuts. I'm just showing you what's going on here. And then Elon then has to play the political game. Listen to this.
Who do you look up to the most?
The Creator.
What's your current position on God?
God is the Creator.
You don't believe in God, though, do you?
Well, I believe this universe came from something. People have different labels.
So then what you have to do if you want to suck up to the Trump people, you want to get that government contracts to fund your pipe dreams, right? Basically satellites to nowhere. You got to pretend you believe in God. And that is our tech bubble at the moment. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on this stuff. Thank you for your time. And I'll catch you all in the next video.